Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 16 of Direwolf20's Space Engineers series. I'm having a little bit of fun building a pretty wonky ship. I'm not gonna lie, it's wonky. But I'm having fun with it, so that's what counts. I'm building a combat ship, and you can see it's kind of coming together nicely. Now I'm gonna walk you guys through it. I've gone through a couple different designs, and frankly, I originally kind of planned to build this entirely on camera and then realized that would just be literally hours of footage of me just doing a terrible job building a ship. So now I'm mostly doing a little bit of other work. So that's what I've been kind of working on here. And I wanted to basically build the main guts of the ship, mostly out of things that you guys have seen already, and then wanted to expand upon some other stuff. So let's take a look at what kind of craziness I've got going on in this ship, and I can show it to you by some pretty nifty removal of some stuff. So mostly around this ship, I've got the following. First off, I'm using heavy armor blocks. Now there's two types of armor block: light armor block and heavy armor blocks. Heavy armor blocks obviously require more steel, and are also more resilient to damage, right? So you can see over on the right, requires metal grid and steel plates for heavy armor blocks. On ships, it's 2 metal grids and 5 steel plates, as opposed to the 1 steel plate that light armor block will hold. Now, heavy armor blocks are more resistant to damage, but obviously you're not impervious to harm. So those are one of the things that we've put on the ship so far. Another thing I've got on the ship right down here, let's see, I'm gonna get my character tools. This should help show me what's up. Azimuth fusion reactor. These guys are cool. It's one of the modded items that we've got here. Now if I hop into my cockpit here, I'll show you the Azimuth tiny fusion reactor, capable of outputting 2 megawatts of power. And it's nice because it's a very small reactor, 1 by 1, still runs on uranium, requires a few more components than you would normally have in another reactor type, right? But it's definitely more powerful than some of the other reactors that we've played with so far. This allows me to use, more powerful engines, which is the main thing I want. Now they've got connector bays on the front and back, so I've kind of got them all lined up there so that they can all share their inventories together. And then we've got some small conveyors here. We've got tubes running along the side, which come all the way down here. And eventually there's a, if we remove this heavy armor block, you'll see that there's a conveyor there, and then a conveyor, and then some nice Gatling guns. Nice, right on the front there. I should probably cover that up as well. You know what I might try is... yeah, that looks pretty fancy, right? Now if we want, we could probably snag that guy out of there and rotate this around the right way. There we go, now we're talking. And the same for this one. Nice. So the Gatling guns get their ammo through there, and you can see there's also some more Gatling guns on the front here, and you'll see why in a moment. I've also got my thrusters up front here. Not sure if I'm loving the way they are recessed there a little bit, but I might wind up tweaking that. And I want to do something similar. Well, I don't actually need to do something similar on this side, but I should, just for appearance's sake. We've got conveyors in the middle there. So this isn't probably the nicest ship in the world, but it should at least kind of get the job done. A bit. But there's some other tricks up my sleeve that I want to show you guys. So let's get these guys in place. Yoink. Nice. That looks cool, right? Yeah. I think it looks neat. Like I said, probably not the best thing in the world. If I were to put armor on top of this, it would not work so well with my looking through the cockpit here. I've considered some other things that I could do with that, but we'll look at it later. I might want to throw a camera on there. That's probably going to get destroyed, but that's okay. I'll show you why I want a camera on there. Let's see. Camera. Go there. Not toggle block on and off. I want view. There we go. And then I'll put my Gatling gun over here. The nice thing about cameras is you can zoom them, and it's a pretty nifty little trick. Nice, and you can actually see the lasers that, so those red lasers there represent where you're going to shoot things, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's right, I took stuff off the back. I removed my thrusters. So another mod that I'm using here, you've seen the tiered armor, or the tiered thrusters, right? I think I've got them somewhere around here, I don't know. But now I'm using tiered armor thrusters. So they require a few more components, obviously, and I've also got some sloped tiered armor thrusters. So check out these bad boys. They are cool. See? Nice little slopes going on. So that's basically what I've got there, right? It's just right there. And it fits in nicely with the design of the sloped angled stuff. So we've got, you know, the left and right, the up and down, and then over here we've got the same left and right, up and down. That allows us to control our thrust and everything, and I need to put my thrusters back here. I've been using all tier 3s because I really want some good movement ability, because this is going to be a combat ship, right? His main goal is to be fighting. Now there's one more thing I'd like to get on here. I'd like to throw a programmable block inside, and probably a timer. And I'm going to show you why. Nice. Because I want to have shields on the ship. They're not going to last terribly long. In fact, they're probably not going to last long at all. But at the very least, they will kind of last. So we'll see how well this works out. I'm going to let them kind of crop up on the back here, because honestly, I'll probably be getting blown up from the front first. So them being back here and sticking out a little bit, not the end of the world. So what I'm going to do is go into my control panel. The first shield that I have, which we'll call shield generator 1 and 2. Shield generator 1, I'll put that colon in the front, and that should show me what my stuff is now. So if we see, we can see the, you know, current strength of the shields. Nice. I'm also going to group these. Say that dude. And now I can, in my control panel, take my shield group and turn the shields on and off. Cool. I can just do that with number 8. So if I do that, shields are off, right? And we can see how much energy we're using, right? So power usage, currently 0.03%. Turn on the shields, 25% of my power goes to shields. And then a pretty good chunk of power going towards powering my thrusters, but we still have lots of energy left for some other things. So maybe later on we'll get some other stuff going on. And then I've got a lot of ability to shoot. Nice. Haha, that's cool. You can kind of see some red dots. I don't know how well you'll be able to see them on YouTube and whatnot. Let's see if I can get them. There we go. You can see the red dots where I'm going to be shooting. So there's the 4 on the front of the ship and the 3 on either side. So that shouldn't be too bad. Now there's one other thing, a couple other things I haven't explained yet. So what are these guys on the right-hand side? These are called decoy blocks. And I've been toying with this idea a little bit as well. Decoys encourage ships to shoot at the decoys before they shoot at other things. And there's a couple different ways to approach this. They won't always shoot at those, but they'll typically tend to. So what I did is I placed the decoys on pistons. And because we want to encourage the ships to shoot at the decoys, I also put them on rotors. How cool, right? So the rotors are spinning, they're out far away from the ship, so hopefully any enemies that we encounter will kind of target the decoys first before they go shooting other things, and hopefully I can use that to buy myself some time. How well is this going to work? I have no idea. I really don't. I haven't really tested this all that much, but we're going to give it a shot, and hopefully it's not terrible. Now, one other thing I haven't talked about is this little LCD panel that I threw in here. So this is a cool LCD panel. Where did I put him? Number 8. So you can see he's sloped a little bit, and he's on a block, and I've got him rotated along like that. Is that it? Well, something like that. Yeah, there he is. So he's just sitting right there like that, and I want to do this following. I want him to be called. So if we go into our programmable block, there is some code that somebody wrote for the shields. Shield status simplified. Nice. And all the instructions are right here. First off, you need an LCD, which is named shield bar LCD. And that's really all you need to do. So I'll hit OK on that. Remember, and exit. We'll grab our LCD. We'll rename him shield bar LCD. Okay, and then I'll get my timer here, and we will set up the following actions. We will say programmable block run and timer start, and you're going to run every second. And if I hit trigger now, we should see our shield strength. Now, it's a little bit small on the font. It's probably meant to be in a larger LCD panel. I was playing around with it a little bit. Let's see. Programmable block, edit. Small is for small LCDs bar display. When set to false, it won't show on small LCDs. See, I'm not really sure what that makes sense. I'm trying to figure out how this works. String small bar. Only shows 50. I don't know how this works. Oh well, I don't think unless I start editing the code myself that I'll be able to get that thing to do what I want. But anyway, let's turn on the shields and see what happens. So, turning the shields on. There we go. Now both shields should be on, right? On. You aren't updating. Control panel. Programmable block, edit, check code. Just gotta figure out why real quick. Let's just stop this guy and we'll start him back up again. I'm just gonna remove this and make sure he's set to run. Okay, got it working. So if I turn the shield on, we should see some numbers improving. Nice, look, shield strength 1%, 2%. Awesome. So if we check our control panel here, we'll see the shield percentage up here, right? This is the number, actually. And we can see it growing up there. Nice. And what's cool about the little shield script here that the guy wrote is it will turn to yellow and then green as the shield improves. So look, there we go. Just boosted up to yellow. And it's, you know, rapidly refilling itself, which is good. So I'm just looking around to see if there's any red ships in the distance, because I'd like to try this ship out in my creative world before I go building it in my single player legit world and then seeing how it goes. So I guess first thing here is we want to control, and you can see I've done some iterations here. I'm going to name him, let's see, Dire Fighter V3. I might show you the other Dire Fighters that I've made while I'm waiting for stuff, but let's also take the screenshot of this ugly monster. People are going to tell me how awful it looks, but that's okay. Take a screenshot, boom, there you go. Nice. That looks cool. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I really don't. But we're going to find out. So let me just hang out for a few minutes here. I'm going to just test a few things that I might want to do before we get ready to go fight with this guy. And then what I'll do, if everything's working beautifully, I will wind up taking this to a fight. Alright guys, I'm going after a military vessel, which may not be the smartest idea in the world. I can kind of see it in the distance there. This is why I'm testing this in single player first. Shields are on. Let's extend our pistons and turn on the rotors. Hopefully get the attention of some stuff. Switch on my inertial dampeners a little bit. Oh, looks like he is calling for backup. That's probably a good sign that I angered him a little bit. Alright, let's see what he's doing here. We're going to want to kind of get close, unfortunately, to be able to see what kind of armament he has, and ideally I'd like to... Oh yeah, he is shooting. He is shooting. He is definitely shooting. Whoa, missiles. Missiles are bad. Missiles are very bad. Not a fan of missiles. Camera's probably gone by now. Uh-oh. I think he just wrecked me. Yeah, my ship is completely in pieces right now, which is awesome. Ow, I just got hit in the face with a missile. Luckily I'm in creative mode. So going after a military ship, maybe not the best of ideas. Yeah, look how many weapons and stuff are on here. I still want to try this, just not against a military vessel. I feel like if there weren't like 6 missiles and a bunch of other stuff going on, I think I'm going to build it in the single player world anyway. And I want to go up against something that's maybe a little less dangerous. Hopefully I'll be able to see like one of like the regular trading ships or something, but a military vessel, probably a little nasty. All right, let me just fly back to my base. I'm going to try this out in single player, and worst case, you know what? We just wasted a few resources, not that big a deal. So I'll be back in a minute in my single player world. Alright, so let's build some stuff. Let's go ahead and see about getting our projector up and running. And I honestly don't know if this is going to be a decent ship or not, but it's worth giving it a shot. I think it'll just be fun to try. So Dire Fighter V3, how does this look? Is it fitting inside the room here? Definitely. He's not a very large ship, so I mean, maybe later on we'll try something with like, you know, a larger ship. But for now, I wouldn't mind going with a small ship. Obviously, now think about this too. We're trying to fight some pretty decent-sized ships with a little small fighter, so it's reasonable to assume that we're going to have a little bit of trouble. But let's get our horizontal pistons going this way. That looks pretty good. Stop that dude and then send him down. Alright, let's kick this thing into action. Whoosh. Now while that's going, I want to go over to my platform and start the production of some ammo. What was it? Which one goes in there? Is it the... I think it's this one. 25 by 184. I'll make sure we have a decent amount of that, because I'm pretty sure that's what the Gatling guns are going to require. But maybe I should just double check that before I produce a whole bunch of stuff, huh? I'm like 90% sure. Wow, that thing is really cooking. Let's check our platform's cargo. I want to see, are we still good on metal grids? Yeah, we're going to need a few more of those. Obviously, we're short on metal grids. We've still got reactor components. You can tell I made a few extra things ahead of time here. Power cells, I made a handful of them. Probably mostly going to be needed for the shields. Looking good. Let's see if there's anything that this needs at the moment. So you're stuck. Let's see if we can figure out why. Shields are incomplete. You need gravity generator components. That's right. I almost knew that. Production, we're going to turn you off. We're going to make 10 of those. Hopefully I have enough stuff for it. Oh, good, I do. Nice. And then we'll get back to these guys. Nice. Alright. Wow, that is just fun to watch. It's so cool. Wish I could get a little bit closer without dying, but that's alright. Nice. Alright. I'm going to let this thing weld for a bit, and then we'll come back once it's all made. So surprisingly, I actually ran out of thruster components. I told you it would happen eventually. Unfortunately, they require platinum and gold, two very rare elements. Luckily, I happen to know where some platinum is, and there might be gold up here as well. If not, I have a couple other places I can go get some gold. So I'm going to run for a quick mining trip, and we'll be right back. Alright, looks like I found potentially some platinum. Yeah, platinum. Nice. This stuff, I think the main thing you need it for is thrusters, maybe a couple other things, but for the most part, thrusters. It is unfortunately pretty rare. I think it's even more rare than gold, to be honest with you. So I'm going to snag a bunch of it while I'm here. It is also one of those things that you don't get much of out of the refining, so you're going to want a good chunk of it. But like I said, mostly only used for thrusters, so hopefully you don't need too much. It's not like you need it as much as you need iron, for example. Cool. So a little bit of mining, back in a few. Also want to go find some gold. So what are you doing today, Direwolf? I don't know, just mining a whole giant node of gold. Look how huge this thing is. It doesn't look that large until you realize, like, I'm way zoomed in now, and there's just, like, this massive amount of gold here. This is actually, like, the biggest gold node I've ever seen in this game right now. Oh, there's magnesium nearby, too. Maybe I should snag some of that. How am I for cargo space? Not bad. I'll get a little bit more gold and maybe go snag some of that magnesium. Oh, this is a really nice sized amount of magnesium, too. I mean, look at that bad boy. Whew. That's a nice asteroid. I'm going to have to remember this guy's existence pretty soon. I'm going to come back here later once I have a larger ship. That's definitely happening. No silver, unfortunately. That's the one rare resource that's not here. Also not platinum, but I just picked up some from the other asteroid, so we're cool. Alright, everything's running at the moment, so hopefully I can now start the welding again. Nice. That's what I wanted to see. Beautiful. Back when it's done. Oh boy, I dare say we may be done. Let's see. Turn off the welders, and are we? Nice. Look at you. Look at you indeed. I like it. So a couple things we'll want to do here. The Gatling guns, I'm pretty sure I know what kind of cargo they need. Let's also get some fuel for this guy. I want to say there's like 8 reactors in there. I think that's how many I put in. 7 or 8. So let's get some uranium. We'll get about 10 of it. And then we'll get some of these guys. I want to say they're the ones that Gatling guns need. And if that's right, I'm going to ask for about 100. You can see I put a little access port on the back here, a cargo container. Let's go into our reactors. We're going to turn off the conveyor system on all those. And we'll call it azimuth, reactor, uranium, 1. Cool. I should probably put P1 here. And then we can hide them from the terminal. The Gatling guns. Do I want to put like ammo 1 or something in there? For now, probably not. But we can hide the gyroscopes. I think I might want a few more gyroscopes. 3 of them just doesn't seem to be quite enough. And then my thrusters, obviously. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw the uranium in there. And that should... Nice. All the azimuth reactors got them. Perfect. So there's 6 in there total. Cool. If I throw this in there, nice. So the Gatling gun, one of them must have picked it up. Yeah, Gatling gun 3. Cool. Alright, let's see how we made out. So one of these guys should still be ammo. Is it this one? Yeah, 113. Nice. And I might as well put my uranium away and see if I can grab a little bit more. Nah. Inventory full at the moment. That's alright. You'll notice I didn't put a connector on this thing. Ooh, my oxygen's getting a little bit low too. I should probably do something about that. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Interesting. That cargo container really can't hold much. That's okay. Oh, you know what? I bet the Gatlings are set to still use the conveyor system. They probably just sucked it all up, didn't they? If that's the case, I don't even need to have this naming thing on here, right? Use conveyor systems on. Yeah. Let's not worry about this naming thing. We'll just let them be named Gatling gun. I was going to do the naming of the blocks, but changed my mind when I realized A, how much cargo they could hold, and B, how much it actually takes up space, those bullets. If we decide that we need more space in there, maybe I'll throw some more cargo containers in. I guess that's the downside of testing in creative mode. Let's get a few more pieces of ammo. Nice. So you'll notice that I actually wasn't able to even put all the ammo inside the cargo container. It doesn't hold that much, the small cargo containers on here. That's all you get. Totally full now, right? If we check our Gatlings, yeah, totally full. Well, you would think. Okay. Let's break the ship away. Oh, right. Shields are on. My bad. Shields off. And I guess I could check the timer and see if he's running. There we go. Shields off. Now I can grind. I mentioned that, right? That shields have to be off before you're allowed to grind stuff. Alright, let's get out of here. Flying away. Hopefully I didn't... Yay! For once I didn't knock the thing off. Nice. Alright, let's see. Are there any nearby ships to go after? I don't see anything at the moment, so we'll come back in a minute when there are. Alright guys, I think I see in the distance a ship. a mining transport. May work out. I honestly don't know. Let me put away some junk that I have here. I will put away this, and let's hop in our ship and fly on over, shall we? So I have no idea. I really don't, if this is going to be a good ship or not for fighting in. But we're going to find out, or at least do our best. So let's get on out there. So first off... Oh, you know what? I forgot. Ah, that's right. Well... Let's get back into this area here. I forgot something. Hopefully I can get it put together very quickly before it becomes a problem for us. Let's just put our ship right under here. And I'm gonna go get some stuff. I'm assuming I'm not gonna need much more than, let's see. There you go. Let's get some steel, let's get some construction components, and I think that's probably all we're gonna need. Maybe interior plates, I don't know. Also, I've been building, which I'll show you in a minute, but hopefully I can get this put together real quick. So let's get our rotors and our decoys and some heavy armor blocks. I forgot that these guys wouldn't behave themselves. Let's get you there. I'm just gonna put the decoys on. I'm not gonna surround them with heavy armor blocks for now because I'm kind of in a rush, but we'll give it a shot and maybe we'll try it again in a little bit. There we go with you. No idea how well this will work out. Did my mining barge disappear already? Oh, come on. Already, dude? You were here for like a minute. What are you guys missing? Radio communication components. Interesting. Didn't know that was a requirement. Platform. Produce about 10 or 20 radio communication components. You know what? Make 100. Why not? There we go. Now we're good. Well, since I have a minute or two, let's get this properly surrounded here with armor blocks. And here as well. Yeah. Oh, military escort. Darn it. I don't want a military ship. I want a simpler one. One that I might have a fighting chance against. Would be too much to ask. Alright, back in a minute when a better ship shows up. So while waiting for another ship to come along, and it's been forever, and that military escort's still nearby, but the one I wanted disappeared in like a minute, I made a new room. Aha, look at this guy in the distance. This is going to be my assembly room. So let's get to welding. Nice. This is the room where I'm going to move all my assemblers to. So it's going to take, you know, a few minutes for me to weld it up. In the meantime, I'm still waiting for a ship to go and hunt down and do some terrible things too. So we'll be back in just a minute. Alright guys, we're back, still waiting on a decent ship to come by and fight me, but meanwhile, I'm building my assembly room. Woohoo! It's coming along rather nicely, actually. Got two welders going at once here. This one downstairs doing some work, and this one up here doing some work. Assemblers can be a little long-term for building. Nice, there we go. That looks like most of them are in place. I'll be able to find out in a minute here. That's alright. There we go. Nice. Hopefully I've got all the resources I need to really kick this thing into gear. Back to the room builder. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at the assembler room that we just built. Nice. So I've got, let's see, about a dozen assemblers on this side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. And I've got just a block here for that'll eventually be a door. So we've got 6, but they're also too tall. So a total of 12. Those are going to be my auto production assemblers. Those are going to be the ones that replace the ones over there that are responsible for automatically producing things. Then this line of assemblers right here will be the manual request. And we'll have 1 that we manual request things from, and then 5 in total, maybe eventually 11, that will be responsible for being in co-op mode and will assist. So to do right now, get that door set up, get some glass panes or something between them. Still looking at a military escort. Haven't seen a good ship come by in a while yet. You know what I could do? Might not be a terrible idea. Where's my old welding ship? This guy, right? What if we got rid of him? Let's put some stuff away here. What if we made this a grinding ship? I mean, it's small, so it doesn't really need to be too crazy. But that wouldn't be a terrible idea. That might actually be a really cool idea. Just get rid of the welders and put grinders on there, right? Makes sense. Let's get rid of these dudes. Still looking for a ship. Nothing yet. And I'll do twin if they exist. But you want to be a little bit careful with grinders. Twin grinders are good, but remember they're going to grind in a pretty large area, and you might want to be a little bit more discerning with your grinding there. Let's see. Oh, that was pretty good. Nice. I guess twin welders have a lot of stuff. So easily put together a couple grinders here by hand. I had enough components in 1 twin welder for 2 grinders. And these are the vanilla grinders, by the way. Non-modded. So let's jump into basic welder. We'll name him to basic grinder. And we'll set up some control panel grinders. Save. Remote control. We're going to change this welder name so that when he docks, he won't have anything. Check the inventory here. We'll notice he has a bunch of stuff. Let's get him remote controlled. We're going to want to remove this guy. We'll set the groups for the grinders here. Toggle block on and off. Nice. If we dock him, he should empty his inventory, which is pretty much what we're going to want him to do. Basic grinder. Now if we check his inventory here in a moment, we should see it emptied out, right? I think the thing's name was Welder. Yeah, the inventory name Welder. Nice. So we disconnect him. His inventory is empty now. Yeah, the one named Welder. I'm going to change that to be grinder cargo. And let's give it a shot. So I want to get rid of these 2 guys right here. So you'll notice with the vanilla stuff, like you literally need to get like right on top of it for it to grind down. Which is pretty much good. You don't want to accidentally be grinding stuff. It probably sounds like a bad time. Nice. Just be careful what order you grind things in. There we go. Toggle that guy off. And everything looks good to me. Nice. Alright, now the main question is which grinder, or which producer is now the default? Steel plates? Okay. So that's the trick, is figuring out Unfortunately, there's no way to change this list and which one is the default when you go to the production tab. And ideally, I don't want to have to choose from a drop down here every time. So we'll be all right, but let's come back in a moment here. All right, so what I'm going to do is get rid of all these guys right here. And then we're going to have to wrap up the episode. But for now, let's turn off the timer that's doing this. So I think it's this one, right? One of these timers here is the one that's responsible for starting and stopping it. This is why you want to kind of name your timers a little bit. It's not a major deal. Timer, autocraft, toggle block, off. There we go. Nice. Now if we go to our hidden assemblers, toggle them off. Nice. Then we're going to switch them. Well, they'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna go grind them all down. And then we're gonna come back next episode. Ooh, private sale. I really wanted to come back next episode, but I really want to kill that thing, or at least try to. Should we do a long episode, guys? I don't hear anybody complaining. All right, let's get rid of all the stuff in my inventory, because I will probably die, but that's okay. Next episode, we'll get the main assembly line system up and running, but that ship showed up just as I was gonna wrap up here. And I just want to try it. I just want to try it. This is probably a terrible combat ship. It's very small. What's wrong with you? Why are you all tore up and stuff? Interesting. You're taking damage, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's this one over here. I'm not sure what your problem is, buddy. Oh, maybe we didn't have enough radio. I don't know what we didn't have, but oh well, I'm just gonna go. Just gonna do it. Nice. Well, I've got one decoy. It's not a very well balanced ship anymore, but that's okay. Anything else damaged over there? It doesn't look like it. We're okay. Let's get out there and try to take down a private sail. Oh yeah, we want our shields on, right? Yeah, shield generators just kicked on. They should take a moment to start charging up. That's cool. Inertia dampeners off. I wouldn't mind them getting up to 100% before we actually tried this. Switched weapon to Gatling gun. Quick test fire to make sure everything's running smoothly. Shields are rapidly charging our stuff. Nice. There we go. Boosting it up. So private sail. I don't know how hard of a ship this is, but it doesn't say military, so I'm hoping it's at least easier than some of the other ones I've seen. And maybe I'll, like, possibly survive this. I don't know. But when we get close, they'll probably call for assistance. Inertial dampeners on, please. Nice. Shields are at 80% and climbing. I might... Oh, you know what? Stopping the engines is probably definitely going to help. There we go. 90%. Nice. Let's zoom in and see if we can't detect any kind of... Ooh, yeah, we got some stuff going on here. It's a little bit hard to navigate when you're zoomed in all the way. Oh yeah, he's shooting at me already. You see where his bullets are coming from? Emergency, requesting assistance. My shields are down. But I think I took out all his guns. That's cool. That's kind of cool. Who's requesting assistance up there? I think if I take out his antenna, he can't call for help. And that would be pretty helpful for me. Yeah, my shields are back up and I'm not losing them again. Nice. Took down his... Nice. That is cool. Alright, I'm going to try and board this thing. New from current position, just so I don't lose my ship. I'm going to get on there by hand. Oh yeah, oh there is still a... That's funny, there's still a little weapon there. There you go. Nice, took him out. Okay. I wouldn't mind getting this guy to stop trying to fidget so much. Oh, he's an assailant? now? Okay, that's cool. I gotta turn inertial dampeners off because he's still trying to move and I'm trying to keep up with him. This is the best way to handle such a thing. Oh look, there's a reactor. I bet if I shut this guy down. Wow, he is really fidgety. I just have to grind him down to a decent point. If I grind down the reactor, I'm hoping... Whoa, where did he go? He is just zooming away, isn't he? Wait, the private sail, that's the one I took down. The assailant is the one that he summoned after me. Let's go after that private sail then. Yeah, here's the private sail. The assailant was like the drone that came for assistance. Nice. Now he is definitely flying still, so we want our inertial dampeners off. Good thing is he's not so fidgety, so hopefully there's something useful in here. Some kind of cargo or something? Yeah, I see a cargo hold right there, a large one too, and it doesn't look damaged, which means we'll be able to get what's in it. Let's disable some of these engines so that he can't fly around anymore. That should do. Nice. This looks to be a turret of some kind. If I grind it down past that red line, I will have taken it over, and then I can grind it back up, and it's mine now. Same for the thrusters. Nice. This guy is probably pretty well damaged. Let's get inside and see if we can stop this ship somehow, because I'm still flying. Oh, there's a battery in there too. Neat. I think this was a solar-powered ship. I think if I weld down the control station, I should be able to take it over. But I have to weld it down quite a bit, as you can see. Like a lot. So basically, guys, the way it works is anything with computers in it, you have to weld down the computer components section. And then once you rebuild it, it's yours again. Nice. So this should be mine now. Yeah, look, I can fly it. Nice. A lot of these other things, access denied, so I'd have to weld them down as well. But hopefully I can at least stop this dude. Inertial dampeners on. What's my speed at the moment? 0. Nice. No, wait, we're definitely moving. There it is. Speed. If I just widget around a little bit, I should be able to get the inertial dampeners from the one thruster I have to kick in and do their job. I've got literally one thruster here trying to stop this ship. It's awesome. All right, how about for now, we will come back next episode, now that I've at least got the ship, and we'll have to see what's in the cargo hold. I can't wait to check it out. It might be nothing much. This ship wasn't very hard to take over. There were definitely more complicated ships, as we saw. He didn't have any missiles, so that's definitely very telling of the fact that we just didn't have much to do here. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time, play around more with the assembly room, and come on, ship, 2 more meters per second. Let's stop. And we'll bring this ship home if we can. Or at the very least, we'll just loot all the stuff in his cargo hold. I can mark his location on the map and come here with a cargo ship of some kind to steal all the loots. All right, guys, take it easy.